You've likely been giving compliments the wrong way your entire life. You say things like, "You're beautiful," "You look stunning," "You're so sexy." Sound charmless, sound sweet. But if Shessa read 1,000 times from guys, Shekarate 5 minutes later, why would your version stand out? It doesn't. A attraction doesn't spark when She feels flattered. It ignites when She feels sexist. In a way, most men are too afraid to create, too. It's not the surface-level praise that lingers. Compliment that slips under her guard. The one that bypasses her mirror and touches her awareness. The kind that makes her question ya herself in synergy building between you. That's not flattery. That's influence. And today we're going there because of fear. Our recompliments most men never. Sabat do. She won't stop hearing them in her mind long after you're gone. Let's start with the most common one. You're a beautiful. On the surface, it's polite, maybe even romantic. But the problem is it's expected. She's heard it from men she liked. Men who didn't even look her in the eye. It doesn't feel personal. It's wallpaper background noise. Now, if your goal is to blend in with every other man she forgot, then sure, stick with it. Boo won't move her stot way. See, when you say you're a beautiful, you're just echoing what her reflection already told her this morning. You're not revealing anything new. You're not creating emotion or tension. You're confirming obvious, and the obvious doesn't see us. It fades, so if you want toast in doubt, don't tell her what she already knows. Tell her what her beauty to you. That shifts everything. Try this instead. There's something dangerous about the way you'll look at me. Notice what that does? It's not about her features. It's about the effect she has. It turns admiration untension. You've now made it a booth space between you. The energy you're epicking up, that creates polarity Thatcher's imagination. That's what she remembers. It's not just about what you si, it's how you respond to it. Or a say this, I can't decide if you're a mystery I want to solve or solve a thing I want to get lost in. Now, you're not just complimenting her appearance. You're complimenting your emotional experience of her presence. That's deeper. That's psychological. Women don't fall because you called them pretty. They fall when you show them that you see something in them most men miss or are too scared to speak. Why wento go even further? Say this carabody like it doesn't matter to you. That's rare. That line does marathon praise how she looks. It notice Shosh holds herself. How she wears her looks. Without needing them. That's power. Because now you're not reacting to what's on display. You're responding to the essence behind it. That's where real attraction grows in being seen, not scanned. Let's break this down further. There are 3 kinds of compliments men give. 1. The safe kind. You're both. You look nice, predictable. 2. The sexy kind. There's something about the way you move. These create inch. And 3. The psychological. You carry yourself like you already know how this ends. These enter her mind and take root. They aren't just hard, they're felt. When you stop chasing reactions and start communicating experience, everything shifts. 'Cause most men go there. They either don't now have or they don't have the presence to pull it off. But you're not most men. You're learning how to speak to her instinct, not just her ego and that kind of energy. It cuts through the noise, but here's the truth. Words alone didn't create the effect. Delivery does. You don't say these things to get attention. You say them because they are true, 'cause you're grounded enough to speak what others hide. And that mere difference between a man of compliments and a man who leaves a mark. I'll ask yourself, have you ever said something that made her stop and look too longer than expected? 'Cause when you say something that hits, bother mind and her body, that's when things shift. Most guys either aim for one or the other. They say you look sexy and think it's enough, or they try you're really smartened. Miss the spark. But women aren't wired that way. They crave the union off Bath's mental stimulation and physical intrigue. When you give her both, Shellens in Trithus line. You move like you know exactly what you're doing. And he'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinkinga. Bowdy. The first part, observation. It's not flattery. It's awareness. It's the second part, that's tension. It's bold. It's chauvinist. It's personal. And it leaves her wondering what exactly Wash thinking about. That's when the game changes. It's one attraction. Becca Noble. Another example. It's a way you sit still with that much confidence. It's distracting. That's not a compliment about her legs. It's above her presence, her control. You're not just noticing her. Body. You're responding to Thecamond. It carries. And that's rare, Becca's most men looking for curves. You're noticing composure and that fat stays with her? Let's go even deeper. You want a compliment that makes her say you're the kind of woman we know when to speak and when to stay silent. That one isn't just seductive. It is dangerous because it praise him things she values, but rarely gets acknowledged for. Her restraint, her poise, her inner compass that hits in ways beauty never could. Now listen, none of this matters if you say it like he a boy trying to sound clever. The power in the calm, the confidence, the stillness. You say Thessalon's not Torres's, but because they're aerial, because they cost you nothing and meant everything. That's when she feels it. That's when you become the experience. It's not just another guy with good lines. If you've ever looked a woman in the eye and said something that made her body pause before her mind caught up, that's them, it landed. That's the pause where real connection lives. And if you haven't felt that yet, it's coming. It's because what you're about to learn next is the Kindorf compliment. Most men are too scared to say. But when you do, she'll never forget it. Let's flip the script. Mosman compliment the sweet. You're fun, safe, predictable, boring, but real attraction. It happens when you praise the shadow, the edge, the part offer she hides, fromost. And when you show her that you see and you want it, that's when she feels permission to all of herself around you. Say this, there's something dangerous about you. I didn't know if he should lean in or run. You didn't say she's pretty. I didn't say she's hot. You said there's some meth in her that pulls you, and scares you a little. It flips a switch in her that taps into that part of her she's been told to soften. You crave it. That's power. Here's Zone 01. You've got the kind of energy that doesn't ask for space. It takes it. You're not praising her for being sweet. You're noticing the command she carries him, calling it out. And when you do, you instantly separate yourself from every man who plays it safe. That's when she stops performing. It's when she starts reveling because you're not afraid of her truth. Why does this work? 'Cause it's taboo. Because it's honest. 'Cause it's rare. You're telling her, I see that part of you most people avoidant. I like it. That's not validation. That's liberation. And when you give a woman the space to be raw, wild, chaotic, without judgment, you become unforgettable. But don't fake it. This is a tactic. If you don't mean it, it dies. But if you say it with grounded presence, with masculine calm, it lands Beckos. She knows when you see her. If you see her darkness and don't flinch, she remembers you. It's not because you treat to be deep, but because you didn't treat at all. You just hold the truth. Here's one for a first date. You've go to little chaos in your eyes. And I think that might be my forright part. It's that line that's not sweet. That's not polite. That's personal. It's intimate. That more eth than anything is watch wants. Amano sees what she doesn't show. Pose the version of her that Massman for. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that made her pause? Not because it was romantic, but because Zeet was real. If so, drop a line in the comments. Set the dangerous thing. Because when you cross that line with come, she doesn't run.